Verizon's down, whatever. Okay. But like now we're having issues with lives on, you know, right from the office. So our sound is showing that we're working, but it just randomly stopped, even though our system said it was still working. So I don't know. And it doesn't let us change, sadly, what microphone we were using live, which would be really, really freaking helpful. You know what? I bet you if we did these through Google Hangouts instead of directly on here. So we're going to see if everyone joins us. Hopefully they got our message that we're going live again. So we're going to wait a couple moments. Dominic, if you hear this, we were definitely not talking about toaster strudels, bro. I don't recommend anyone eat a toaster strudel ever. It's definitely not secret. It's a secret to dying. They ain't life in no toaster strudel. And you said that the video in the background was creepy. Bro, that is the same peaceful, awesome videos and music that we've been generating on Meditation Monday. So go check it out. It's not very creepy at all. It's actually pretty relaxing and calming. So we do have that going on. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh, 2 people joined us back. Let us know if you can hear us. Thumbs up. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. So this is going to be part 2. If you're just now coming in on this, you might want to go to part 1 so you can understand what the heck is going on. And then we will continue from there. We have 3 people back. So Darius, yes, we can. Right, Thank you. Thanks, Appreciate it, Darius. Thank you so much. All right, awesome. So I don't know what's going on with these lives. I think
I know the past 4 times we tried doing these, something happened.
Yeah, it's been really, really bizarre. So, and we love these lives because we get to interact with you all live, which is why we prefer doing them that way. But you have to start again from the link in the email. Okay. Well, you can go to part 1 and there you go. So when I reload chat was disabled. That is because this is part 2. So part 1, we had to end because for some reason our mic just stopped working midstream, even though our computer was still showing it active, YouTube was not. So this is part 2 of that. So if you want, you can go back and rewatch that, but that's why that is disabled over there now. Hopefully that makes sense for all you watching this. And what we'll do is we'll make a blog post later with both parts on the page so that way people can kind of like watch them all together. Right now about like how serious people really are or are not about the martial arts. We've been talking about how to find more training in your day-to-day, just everyday training. You know, what the beautiful thing about what we do here at Enter Shaolin with the Ngo Dac Na system is that it's a system, energy, and physics principles. And since you're a human being, right, and you're moving around, there's things you do throughout your daily life. If you apply those principles to all of the things that you do movement-wise, then you can essentially be practicing these principles all throughout the day without having to find more time, may I add. So that's one way. 2 is making the time. So we don't ever tell you guys anything that we're not telling ourselves as well. So some of the stuff that we've been increasing in the past couple weeks to make ourselves more efficient, to be able to be more present, to be healthier, all those different things is we've been upping our workout schedule and we're not increasing the time. We've increased, we add a couple more days to it, but the same amount of times, but inside that 45 minutes, an hour that we train much more intensely than we were before because we kind of hit a plateau, right? Like we were like, okay, we're working out all the time, but we're not really seeing results anymore. So that meant we had to up our game to be able to get more from our training. And we don't have a lot of time. So our options were either 1, spend a whole lot more time training, which was not going to happen, or 2, make the most of the time that we're training. So that's what we've been doing is being more efficient with that. Another thing that we started is our Meditation Mondays. So we're starting to work on music together to collab and make some different meditation, Qigong, Tai Chi type of tracks and stuff like that. And did we have the time to really do that? No, we couldn't make all kinds of excuses why we don't have enough time, but we're finding the time. So we're finding different ways. Like some of the things are maybe we don't have as much chill time in the evening. Maybe instead of chilling for a couple hours, we're only chilling for an hour, you know, that kind of stuff, or doing more things on the weekend versus being completely off the whole weekend. tell people that if you would like to find more time or more money and what your budget is, I have yet to meet a person that I can't help do that. So email at support@entershaolin.com, and I'll be more than glad to help you find more time to train and maybe find more money to train. So that's what we've been talking about as a gist. I just kind of wanted to glaze over that for y'all. So see, I told you. All right. So who else do we have here? Give us a shout out. I don't know if Dominic's back or not, or who else is back. So we will kind of go from there. So what do you want to share about training, finding the time? You said that, but you were talking a lot before this got disconnected. Now you're just like, nah, never mind.
Now forget it.
You can't be discouraged that easily. This is actually what this whole thing is about. Like when life hands you lemons, you make some lemonade, y'all. Or at least some lemon water. I prefer lemon water. I don't want the sugar.
I don't like lemonade.
Do you like lemon water?
I like lemon water.
See, I like lemon water too. And that's really good for you. We could talk about that.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember exactly what we were talking about when we got cut off, but in general, you know,
the main theme of the conversation is, dude, there's time to train.
Are you serious about your martial arts and your kung fu? What are you willing to do to really get better at
partly it? Partly I think it's our fault too, because we when we buy stuff and we go to further our own education, we don't ever look at the cost of something and go, this is too much or this is too little. We just kind of pay whatever
no matter how quote unquote broke I was, or whether I was on food stamps or whatever.
I spent a lot of money a month learning things that I needed to know.
If I knew something would benefit my life and help me get it to the next level, I found a way to afford it, or I found a way to have enough time to research it, or whatever, to be able to learn it for free.
But I think the reality is we
if I needed to,
in the internet marketing world. So listen, little education. I learned this, and you made $10 from the product, right?
I knew that one. That's how we met.
And I used to work, let's just say I was working an extra 30 hours a week trying to sell this product for $10 to make $10. And I put a lot of effort in. And then I fast forward a few years, and I put a lot of effort in. The same effort I was putting in for $10, but for that same effort, I would make like $500 or $1,000 or something like that, a sale. Yeah. Right, a sale. And what I realized then was the time never changed.
No, the amount of effort
never changed.
Never changed.
Just what I valued it as changed.
Right.
And so what I picked up from that was, when you're trying to make money online, you want to be able to talk to the right people, be around the right people. But we're so passionate about Kung Fu, we feel that this information saves lives. It saves lives.
Yeah. So
we set the bar. Believe it or not, you don't believe in order to get into Enter Shaolin, we set the price bar really low.
$70 a month, y'all, to get started. Like, that's it. We were cheap. That's less than $1 a day. What I wanted to talk about
was I wanted to do some research on the internet with some of the other people in the market, in our market space, and I wanted to learn some new things.
Yes.
I don't just sit there and go, hey, you pull out your credit card and buy something from me. I pull out my own credit card and I buy things.
I prefer to use my debit card, so I don't have to be on credit.
So I can learn. So I can learn more. So we were doing this Tai Chi thing. It's $57 a month for one lesson a week.
Yes. We literally were part of the membership. One short lesson. It was like 5 minutes. I think one of them was 7 minutes.
No real engagement. And there was a couple of different sites that I ran into, again, in the same kind of marketplace space. And I was kind of like, oh my God, dude, we're not charging enough. We're just ripping ourselves off. Off part that's a bothersome, or that we're charging so low, or it's about the money. It's about getting the emails from people who are like, oh, I ain't got time.
I can't afford this.
I ain't got time.
I know I came in at $9.97 a month, but I can't afford this right now. I'm gonna have to.
And I feel bad for that person.
That's their mentality.
That's not just Enter Shaolin's website that they're not able to afford. They can't afford their own life. They can't afford to take any kind of risk or further their own growth, because apparently this little bit of money becomes a barrier physically, mentally, emotionally. It's not just the Kung Fu.
It's everything else. It's everything else. Because 98% of those people, if I had sat down with them and figured out what their real budget was looking like, where they were spending their money, how they were spending it, that kind of stuff, 98% of them could find the money if they wanted to. They're just not making it a priority to. And that's the only difference that separates people that want to go to the next level. And anything, we're not just talking about martial arts, because, you know, anything that you want to get better at is going to require either time or money, but time is also money. So at the end of the day, everything costs money, right? If it's your time that you're investing in it, or your money, and or both. So these people, you know, they just don't realize that they're not valuing themselves. It's not even that they're not valuing Enter Shaolin. That's part of it. They're not valuing what that could do for their lives if they actually trained it and utilized the material that could change their life. But they're also not valuing themselves to think that they're worth spending $10, $17, $27, $57 a month, whatever the case may be. They don't value themselves enough to pay that to better their lives. That is sad. That is seriously sad, because, you know, when we first talked about this back in 2009.
I would prefer someone to give me the email and say, hey, listen, I don't really like what you're doing. I want to do something different. I'd be cool with that answer.
Right, because it's easier to say, hey, this isn't for me. That's cool.
For you, great. I hope you find something that you love. Get on it, dude. Right. Have passion in life. That's all. But when you get the people, circumstances.
That's why I said 98% of people,
you know, I
could find the time.
Maybe there's 2% of you out there who really are struggling, and I'm very sorry. And I'm not judging you or talking about you. I'm talking about normal people like myself who just are like $17. I'm not really a rich guy, and I find $155 for my daughter to go to Wushu every month, on top of the things that I buy for myself. Right? Like, I prioritize something for me. Yeah, that's why we got a gym membership where we can go wherever we need to go. Which we
can work out here, and we still do that a lot. But we did that to just get out of the office a little bit.
Like, you have to go run. You know, you got a business. You got to go run here. You got to do this. You got to do that. But when we're out doing this, that, and another, we start, you know, visiting some of these
other gyms close to wherever we have our
membership. Just, you know, utilizing that resource when we can
to make it more
make more time. Because
we realize
have time to. People don't understand. I do not have time to work out. She doesn't have time to work.
We make the time.
We just force that time.
That's it.
Like a lot of times, you know, we'll be like, all right, man, we got to go out here and do some swoops, or we got to go, you know, let me roll Chisao with you, or let's do push hands.
Or we're going to jump on the bike today because it's a beautiful day out. Let's get some fresh air.
Where's the hardest route that's going to give us the most amount of burn
for the amount of time to
get back, so we can get back to work. So we're always trying to be more efficient. When you're self-employed, it's a little different, right? You gotta make your schedule.
But I think that's life in general. You know, whether you work for someone else or you don't, you know, you're most likely, if you have a full-time job or you're working overtime to try to, or maybe you're working 2-3 jobs just trying to make ends meet or whatever. A lot of people have really hectic schedules. If you have kids, that's added extra level. You got a spouse, that's another added extra level. There's all these different things coming at you in everyone's life, but you can choose to manage it more efficiently. You know what I mean?
I was telling you to walk from the office to my house and just cycle. Yeah. And just cycle. When I started doing Kung Fu.
You can actually go way faster than that. That's you slowing it down for them right there. That's like baby stuff.
I didn't get that fast. Mailbox, walking from my office to my house, walking to my car. This is where I developed that skill.
You know, I work on
I didn't go, I better make some training time to learn that skill. I took whatever time that I wasn't doing something.
I made it into something, right? Yeah. Like if I'm standing in the grocery line, you know, waiting for a while, I purposely will stand on one leg, switch off and stuff, and I work on my rooting. You know what I mean? I don't look completely insane, right? And I'm doing something super crazy.
Well, you might be looking maybe a little insane.
Most people don't even notice it because they're too busy. They got their cart, you know, behind me and whatever, and they're just like looking at their things or looking off at the, you know, crappy food that they try to get them to buy at the, you know, or all the gossip and all that nonsense and stuff. So they're distracted.
The student, man, if he didn't come in to train, he still paid me for his lesson anyways. And I trained him for 8, 9, 10 years. And then
his hobby changed.
His hobby changed.
Something different.
He was like, you know what? I want to go kayaking and I want to, you know, and I want to pull out my motorcycle and spend my energy and stuff doing that. And we're great friends. He's like one of my best friends. That's what he wanted to do. But he's still taking
personally for us, we're choosing to do all those things and keep our kung fu, because doing my kung fu helps with my music. Doing my kung fu helps with my fitness. Doing my kung fu helps with my health. Doing my kung fu helps with me being a better parent. And I could go on and on and on. I think you get my point.
Yeah. So the reality is, so let's, nail that coffin into the ground and say time is just that's a terrible excuse of why you don't want to train. You don't have time. That's just
Everyone
such the biggest cop out.
For what you value in your life.
Bro, yep. Go kayak to an amazing location and do some Tai Chi. You know what?
We would. I want to get some GoPros so we can start taking you guys on our bike rides with us, and some other cool things. So if you want to help us get our GoPros a whole lot faster, y'all, please be a patron on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Enter Shaolin.
You should get this thing, dude.
I was like, yo, man, we need your help, okay? Like, we cannot build a village alone, okay? You know what I mean? Like, we really do need your all's help to keep growing and keep doing more stuff for y'all. Now, that's what we want to do, is to do more cool things like that, where you guys can, and you'll get some exclusive content that you won't find on our YouTube channel, you won't find on our Enter Shaolin channel. So it's a win-win. Help us get more more equipment. We give you even more cooler content. Like, how badass is that, right? Like, that's just cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he should be doing that. Yeah, well that's the thing. So if there's a couple people. There's people that end up doing martial arts for a part of their lifetime.
Wait a second.
You know what I mean?
So here's the thing, though, Dominic. Right? Because I was just talking to him the other day.
Yeah.
A good teacher isn't a person who expects their student to always just be there. A good teacher is someone who take this information, pass the information along, and then that person can now go grow in how they see their kung fu.
Yes.
And the reality with what I love about Enter Shaolin and what the product is it's literally like it's the manual, right? It's the book of what Sifu Phu has taught, what he does, what his experience.
I call it the encyclopedia of Sifu Phu, and it's just growing. We're not done with the volumes yet. There's so much more.
It's literally like, I'm training with Sifu. I'm like, oh my God, like, what if he passed away? Well, how would I who am I going to learn this stuff from?
Boom.
He's gone.
It's right there.
Right? This can be passed along to his kids, his kids' kids, his kids' kids' kids, his kids' 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 kids, my kids' 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 kids.
They just keep going and going.
And we're creating. That's what. So this comes back to why. To be honest with you, we are selling, and we have been selling Enter Shaolin at the prices we're selling it to give people an opportunity to have this. The reality is we're just giving it away until we hit like what Jamie wants to do, like 90.
To say my original price.
Yeah.
When we talk about 2009, I was willing to pay $197 a month.
One thing we're doing just to be able to have the software and market the business. Yeah. We were paying like $197 a month.
Yeah.
No, it was
like 181, maybe 185, depending on how your email list was.
That wasn't making any money. That was just the cost of feeding that.
Yeah. So that's why I was willing to pay $197, because I was like, look, all right, I know even with my measly income at the time, and it's still kind of measly, honestly. We'll get onto that's a whole nother subject. Anyways, working on it. But the reality is, even though I didn't have a lot of income and whatnot, I knew that I was able to afford that. So in 2009, when I was like, hey, let's do Enter Shaolin, I was willing to build the site. I want you to think about this. I was willing to build the site, market the site, design the logos, whatever design work needed to be done, graphic design stuff, take care of customer service, take care of marketing, whatever blogs need to be written, videos whatever y'all need. And I'm willing to pay $197 a month to learn this material. So I'm willing to do all this work and pay $197 a month. Please let me help you build this and do this, please. And they said no. Okay. Now that's a lot of passion.
No. That's
a ton of passion, right? Okay. But that's how Enter Shaolin eventually came to be. But I had to physically move here. There was no promise that Enter Shaolin would begin. Just God put in my spirit, like, look, girl, you want to learn the system? You're going to have to go to New Jersey. And I remember like, Lord, why? Please, Father, I don't want to move to New Jersey. Why do you keep sending me to places I don't want to be? But I learned a long time ago, just listen, obey, because when you don't, So here I am in New Jersey with my daughter. We barely had any money. I had no idea when I was making more money or not, because I was an entrepreneur. I was totally flying by the seat of my pants, like completely. Packed whatever I could in our car. And all I knew was I was going to come train in this system, but I didn't even know if Enter Shaolin would get to happen. I just really hoped that it would. I really did. And 5 months after I got here, I didn't even get to start my training yet, because that was a whole nother story. that was just not doing good. We had to get out of it. And so a lot of things were going on, and it became a perfect storm where I was like, so, you know how we keep talking about how we should do what we love? Hint, hint, right? Wink, wink. This time I could like actually like poke him in person though, instead of just over the phone, but like, hello. And Sifu Phu was also coming into place too, where he was really open to it. Hey, Bob, what's going on, brother? Where he was coming into place where he was finally open to it. Then we started working on Enter Shaolin, and then we launched on May 1st of 2014, about like 6 months after we started filming and working on the site and stuff like that. And long story short, though, like if the first time I got a no, I didn't come back for some more, or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or the fifth time. I don't even remember how many times y'all said no to me in your own special ways over the years, but it was a lot. But wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I wouldn't be able to train myself. I said, I want to train in this in North Carolina because that's where I was at the time, and I want people around the globe to have access to this, because if I can't find this in my local neighborhood, I guarantee there's tons of people that can't either. And that's what I don't think a lot of people understand is the value of what we're sharing here. So yes, the price is going to be $97 a month for the junior membership after this summer, because I am sick and tired of us undervaluing what we're providing for you. And that's still so ridiculously cheap, because we've paid for things that cost $197 a month, $97 a month, whatever, that don't even teach you 10%
let me translate
of
this.
what you're learning here. But if you're a currently member, you're staying at whatever price you got. So you're never going to worry about nothing. We ain't like that.
We don't even really want to be honest, we don't really want to raise the price, but I think if you guys did our customer service and saw the things that we saw, you'd be like, yeah, dude.
I don't want any more scarcity mentality.
I'd rather have.
I want our tribe. I want the people that are really willing to. Are willing to challenge them. Like Bob, dude, Bob right here. Robert Taylor, you see him in the chat. Bob, my man, my brother. Okay. He's in Pittsburgh, well, close to Pittsburgh, PA. He's not over there anymore. But he has all kinds of health challenges. This man can make every excuse in the book to not train, okay, to not be able to afford this. And he's an Abbott member. He came to our last seminar, and we worked with him where he was at to help him get to the next level, okay? So, like, we're willing to work with anyone. Actually, but you gotta have the will. You gotta have the heart.
How do you know I was gonna say before I answered Dominic? There was something I was trying to say. Never mind. It's too late now.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I forget what it was. So
if everyone was at Abbott today, how would ES survive? By new members coming in. Because not everyone will come in as an Abbott. Go ahead. Sorry. And mathematically speaking.
Yes. There is an Abbott member actually pays for themselves.
For about 2.5 years.
Yeah. So there's that kind of like constant thing that keeps that.
So as long as it keeps growing, if everyone did come as Abbott, yes, we get there further because we would get that advancement 2.5 years to grow the business faster. I could do that too. We're so silly.
Oh my God. What the heck was I going to say? Oh, no.
You're talking about the Abbott thing, and if what he said if everyone went Abbott today, how would ES survive? So we're talking about that.
Yeah, so we just recently had an Abbott sale at the lowest that we ever will ever have it again.
Made it sick to
for the rest of our lives. Like I don't know, so many people were probably sitting there going, "Yeah, these guys." What people don't realize,
I don't know why
no one's never going to see it that low again for as long as.
Yeah, it made us sick to our stomach. We did that because we were trying to get the equipment that we needed to be able to do some of the stuff that we want to do for all of you to go to that extra level with Enter Shaolin. And most people.
Real low.
I was surprised.
Opened the door. Even at $57 a month for the junior, that's just normal, right? That's just like there's all types of memberships that we belong to or have belonged to that are in the $50 to $80 range.
And most
just
of them
to use their stuff
are not even being constantly updated on a regular basis. They're not getting new training on a regular basis. They're not having Q&As or lives like this or different.
Or even have a phone call to talk to anyone.
Right. No orientations where you can talk to us face to face and get help. Like
so, the point here is
immense value going on here.
CJ here does the majority of customer service, which is true. Because I don't have patience for customer service.
Yeah, maybe we should just pause that for you now so it doesn't, they get it. Go check out our new meditation music, y'all.
Is someone here?
I don't think so. I think this is someone driving by with some bass. I could be wrong.
So what? What?
We're talking about the Enter Shaolin Abbott. Yes, and about everyone if they join today, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So if you join that membership today,
no, but talking about the value of it and everything.
We gave that away at that price. We gave it away.
Beyond give it away.
And even our monthly prices and our light membership prices, they're all really super low.
For what you get, for the value of what you get. If you're comparing, like we've had people go, oh, well, if I go to so-and-so's site, then I'm only going to pay this. That's awesome.
It's bad, Bob. It's bad. It's not good.
His memory, it ebbs and flows. It's the ADD, bro. The ADD said I was guessing him, and he was like,
no, I'll remember what I was saying, but it'll be like 3 hours later when I'm somewhere else, like, oh my God, that's what I was trying to say.
He's like, remember when? Yeah. But yeah, so now you made me forget what I was saying.
It's my turn.
Oh my God.
Good. You can think about it.
All right, you go ahead. Oh, you guys sidetracked us.
You know.
That's the ADD right there. That's why I got to do my Qigong.
Who really deals with customer service, and some people really come back with some crazy things.
I just can't anymore. I can't.
Person that we're dealing with in customer service is a different type of client, right?
It is. And because they're willing to invest in themselves.
We wanted to keep everything low because we wanted to first have compassion for people who are at income brackets.
Yeah, who may be able to make legit excuses why they can't afford anything.
And I feel since we've been pretty much open fully since 2015.
No, 2014, May 1st. Yeah. So for 4 years.
So for 4 years, we've been keeping all the prices down low and building this up for people where I think she's just had enough. That's. I've
had enough. I really have.
That's what I think.
Enough of the scarcity mindset and mentality, and just in general. Like I want the people that come to Enter Shaolin to be really in it to win it.
Again, right? Like my daughter, she wants singing lessons. So she's taking a singing lesson right now with a singing teacher.
Right.
Isn't
that like $35 for 1 hour?
It's $35 an hour.
For 1
No, it's $50.
Oh, $50 for 1 hour?
It's $50.
So for $57 a month, you get a whole tons and tons of hours.
And
hundreds of hours of training.
You know what she learned? You know what she learned for that $50?
What?
How to make a ribcage move in and out.
That's awesome.
That's what she got.
That's something. I mean, it's still worth it. She learned something new.
It's absolutely worth it. But that's just it. Like,
so if she were to take a lesson a week, that would be $200.
Yeah,
that'd be $200 to learn a couple things versus having access to a ton of things to learn currently. Now,
I know you're like,
as well as new stuff that keeps coming.
I know you say like you need a teacher or someone to work with in person, but what I'm telling you is you do need that, but you don't.
Videos are so detailed where we break down, how to know if you're doing it wrong, how to know if you're doing it right. That's why you can do live critiques. That's why you can send in, depending on what level you're at, you can send in videos to get critiqued. You can come to a seminar occasionally. You can come train with us in person occasionally and stuff like that. Attention. Don't let that be a barrier just because you can't have it all the time because you don't actually need it all the time. 2/3 of your training should be done solo. Think about that.
So that's some of the stuff that's on our mind.
Yeah.
There's so many things on our mind. It's not even funny.
Well, yeah, the main stuff on our mind is, how serious are you really about your training? That's why we keep talking about how you need to figure out what your why is. Why are you really doing this? Because if you haven't done the homework like we've given you guys for the past 2 weeks, that already tells me right there you're not that serious.
Yeah, we know Dominic did it.
But yeah, that tells us how serious you are. Are you checking in every single week with the weekly update and just saying, hi, hey, this is what I'm working on this week. This is what maybe a challenge I'm dealing with, or, hey, I really liked your guys' post on da-da-da. Let us know that's the biggest thing. If you are not actually utilizing your resources, you cannot complain when you don't get it. Like a couple of weeks ago, we had, Methuselah, that's Abbott membership is worth 100 times more than learning from DVDs, which I have tried Love these guys. Thank you,
Thanks.
brother. Thank you, Alvin. Yeah, so it is beyond worth that. And then some. And that was actually what we figured out. You know, I remember someone telling me one time when we were actually having a sale on the Abbott that it wasn't, there's no way that's worth that kind of money. I'm like, do you understand that this man right here, this dude, Sifu Larry, right, paid well over $125,000 over the course of 23 years and is still learning. So that number is actually increasing and getting more lessons, right? He's paid more than that. And he had to get, you know, for sometimes he was working 2 jobs, or sometimes he was working a job and a online business.
Listen, man.
He's walking through.
Wait. Ooh, listen, dude. People got a lot. Listen, I wanted to do Kung Fu, right?
Let's talk about that.
That's my deal. I want to do Kung Fu. So I had to figure out how I could do Kung Fu. And, I still had to work, and I still had to that I had to get was, well, dude, I was walking in shit. I was walking
literally
in shit.
Yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat that.
I was shoveling human feces into a.
Y'all, some of the stories that he's told me, like cockroaches, like thousands of them going across, like where
I worked in sanitation for real.
Syringes and just dirty things that you're walking.
And so, but I did all that. You
didn't get paid enough for that job.
No, I didn't get paid. I only got paid like $13 an hour.
That was not enough for the job.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Well, I won't go into detail. Oh, dude, I was starting to have PTSD.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to make you have flashbacks there. But the point was you were willing to literally walk through human crap. Yeah,
I did. Well, I did walk through human crap.
That's what I'm saying. Literally walk through human crap to be able to do the training that you wanted to do with Sifu Phu. And so even if you paid $10,000 for the Abbott membership, which you're not going to pay right now.
You ain't got to walk in crap. That says a lot.
No, that's not that. Well, I mean, maybe they do because we don't know what their job is. But what I'm saying is
enough, right.
You're not going to pay $125,000. Even if you decided to become one of our certified instructors and went through the whole process, you would still never pay the amount this man has already paid and continues to pay to get more of the education that he did. Because there's even stuff in there that he's like, he never taught me that. What the, right?
It's true.
It's true. So he's still learning and growing after 23 years working with this man. And we're going to be filming for a time.
I'm like, hey, Jamie, come here. Let me see your arm. How's this? She's like, oh my God, why'd you do that? I'm like, oh, wow, that works.
Yeah. You know, we joke about it that we wish we had like a film crew that could just like kind of follow us around to the gym, wherever we go, or even while we're just working, because some of the funniest Kung Fu moments happen when no one's watching. And I just think it would be so cool to share all that crazy stuff. Like sometimes I just walk in the room and I randomly attack him. I don't know why. It's just, hey, he tells me to test out my stuff. I want to share more of that with y'all. And we want you to have fun. And we want you to have valuing what we put into this, our literally like blood, sweat, and tears. And this is our legacy that we're leaving behind. They're also not valuing themselves enough to be willing to invest such a small amount into themselves. And that's the biggest problem right there. That's a sad thing. And it's an epidemic that we have seen, not just in martial arts, but we've seen it in the marketing industry. We've seen it in just so many different things where people just don't value themselves enough to make the time to allow themselves to grow.
Who never has money for anything, but he has a 12-pack in his refrigerator every night, 7 days a week, but he has no money.
Right. And tons of junk food and Red Bulls and all kinds of different things like that. So what does that mean? You'll make time and you'll find the money for the things that are really important to you. The question is, what's really important to you? Is it your Kung Fu or martial arts, something that's going to build you up and make you a better person? Or is it something that's going to help you deteriorate faster and not have as much vitality and health and energy? You know, what are you putting your time and money into? And what are you utilizing it for? You're the one that gets to decide how you're going to spend your money and your time. So choose to spend it wisely so you can get the most bang for your buck and the most out of your time. And like I said, we're not, just preaching to the choir. Like we take our own advice and we're constantly looking at how we can become more efficient, more driven, give you guys way more content, different ways to interact with us, different ways to be a part of the family and to grow. And we're doing our best to just keep sharing more of our journey because we're hoping it will inspire you all to take your lives up another level. And that's why we do what we do. So I don't know. Is there anything else you want to add
for
to that?
Today. That's
all right.
I think we pretty much talked.
I think we covered everything.
We're probably going to do a lot more of these. We were trying to do a lot more in the car,
in the office,
but that's just not working right now.
It's not working.
Really, and it was only in the car because it just kills two birds with one stone. We can get to where we got to get to.
Right.
But whatever.
Right now, Verizon's not playing nicely, so I don't know what we're going to do about
that. We'll talk about stuff.
We'll talk about stuff. All related to martial arts and bettering your life and taken to the next level. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so you can be notified when we do lives on here. These particular lives we are going to only be doing on the Enter Shaolin YouTube channel from here on out. Robert says, when you need to pick me up, I just need you to love you guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, brother. We love you too. And that's what we're here for. Like, we want to help you all just have more vitality, more health, more wellness, because then you're going to show up in this world and you're going to do more amazing things. And that's what life should be about. It should not be about just, I'm going to die one day, so screw it, whatever, who cares, whatever. No, it should be about making the most of your time. It is precious and you have been given a gift. So utilize it. Maybe you're not where you want to be right now, but that doesn't mean you can't get to where you want to be. You just have to make the plan and start going towards it. And when the obstacles come, don't let them detour you for long. Okay. So that's what we're here for. Subscribe, like this, share this on. We will make a page to put both the parts 1 and 2 on. So this will hopefully make sense to anyone else that's seeing this later on. We're going to be doing a lot more different types of content on the Enter Shaolin blog too. So if you're not on our email list and you're not a member yet, but you'd like to get some more information, go to entershaolin.com/ebook. You can get a free ebook and our free intro videos and just some more information about what we do here. And if you're already a member, thank you so much. And for those of you that do want to get some other exclusive content and help us grow a little bit faster, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/Enter Shaolin. Check it out. We're going to be adding another video this week. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't like to commit.
Well, that's another problem you have. You got to decide to commit.
We will make another video for you soon.
You're welcome, Dominic. Yes, very soon.
Then later. Sooner than later. Perhaps even possibly this week.
Getting these Sifus to work, y'all don't understand what I have to deal with. There's a reason I do Qigong and Tai Chi. I gotta reel in some stuff sometimes, y'all. But anyways, we love you all. We hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be seeing more from you soon. If you have any questions, email us at support@shaolin.com or give us a call. Peace, everyone.
Cool.